Hey, listen, man, listen. Good morning and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network, biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. I'm Black Dragon, your host. For those of you who are new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to my new subscribers. We cover biker news through the week and MC protocol and things like that. Been doing it since 2000, I believe, 16. So I'd like to thank you all. Please like, share, subscribe, follow Black Dragon Biker TV on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you want to just listen, tune in to The Dragon's Lair, LAIR, Motorcycle Chaos, everywhere you get your podcasts. Okay, man. So they got him Friday, I think it was. For those of you who are asking, honor and respect to my brother, Doc. Honor and respect, Brother Goose. Always good to see my club brothers on. Makes me feel great to know that my club brothers support me. Honor and respect, Harley House 76. Sup with it. You guys got to make sure to check out Harley House 76 over there on TikTok. Yeah, they got him. For those of you who are wondering, whatever happened to the guy that ran over the Black Sabbath? Well, they got him. He turned himself in. So the officer that, I don't know if he's the officer in charge, but he's the officer that we know the most of. He's the one that was there in the hospital with my brothers and sisters. This guy is like a hero. This officer. I've talked to him a little bit, and we've been keeping in touch. And one of the things they said was they wanted to make sure that they got it right, that they got all the pieces in order, that they got everything correct, that all the rights were observed, and that they didn't jump to any conclusions, because they really want the charges to stick. In this particular instance, they want the charges to stick because this is such an egregious thing that happened. So they took their time in filing these charges, and nobody's mad at them for that. And this person, who I've not said his name yet. Good day, Brother Devil. Black Sabbath, good to see you. I haven't said his name yet, and this will be the first time I've ever said his name. So he turned himself in Oklahoma. It turns out he's from Oklahoma. He's a resident of Norman, Oklahoma, which is where I went to school, Oklahoma University, although I ultimately did not graduate from there. I graduated from Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, but I did attend Oklahoma as a pre-med student. Norman is has always been known as a college town, as long as I've known it to be there. So that's where he's from. We know a few things about this person, but let's take a look at what they say his charges are. And this is this is going to be like, this is kind of egregious, these charges. So let's do that.
And we begin with breaking news tonight. Arkansas State Police say an Oklahoma man is now in custody in connection with a deadly crash in Arkansas last month that left 3 dead and 4 people hospitalized. Now, police say Ivan Santos was the driver of a pickup truck that hit 6 motorcycles on I-40 in Crawford County. He's charged with 3 counts of negligent vehicular homicide, 4 counts of attempted negligent vehicular homicide, as well as second-degree battery and driving while intoxicated.
Yeah, that's just, that's so little, huh? That went by so fast, didn't it?
Your vehicle is your
Don't steal my channel. That went by so fast, like, didn't it? Like, holy moly. Just like that, and they're out of there. Vehicular homicide, attempted homicide, manslaughter, and DUI. And it's gone just like that, so quick. But we know a little bit more about him. Not necessarily so fast there, news channel. So this is him, Santos Ivan Gabriel. He was on hold in Oklahoma when they originally arrested him. Now he is. I think he made it to Arkansas finally. We've got, I believe, some of his arrest record here, and it seems that he has not particularly been someone who has followed any real driving stuff. A lot of times these folks set up their own kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. So they have him here for speeding in a school zone, and for whatever reason the fine was nothing here at 2012, and Oklahoma does speed zones a little bit different than other places. I'm from Oklahoma, and they'll kind of sit at the speed zone. If you do 26 miles an hour, I think the speed zone is 25 miles an hour, if I remember right. And then he had a seatbelt violation. Then he had another speeding ticket, 4/4/2022. Then he had a couple of failure to appears. Failure to appear with compliance with the traffic citation 6/30/2017. Seems like that's the first time they find him, because they didn't find him for speeding here. He didn't get fined for a seatbelt violation. He didn't get fined for his speeding in a school zone. Then they have him here for driving under suspension in 2017. He got a nice hefty $693 fine then, $182 fine. Then failure to stop for a stop sign, 4/4/2022. Then failure to show proof of insurance. So we get driving under suspension, failure to stop for a stop sign, failure to show proof of insurance. Those are all, I read those before. Failure to appear in compliance with traffic citation 7/28/2016. And I believe this was an extension of the same fine. So $128 there, $54 there. Just a bunch of, can't quite get it together with the local laws, building up that arrest record. And until, you get this self-fulfilling prophecy out on the highway, you can kind of just see it building. You know what I mean? So, it ends one day when he runs over 7 people going down the highway the wrong way. Now, the passenger he was with had an incredible criminal record as well, but I decided not to focus on her. She wasn't driving, so I don't know if she was complicit. We'd let that sit for right now. But not particularly a murderer, at least not then. But like they say, I mean, you can see the long arm of violations where you just can't quite drive through the school zone right. Okay, well, anybody can make that mistake, but you can't seem to show up for court and got failures to appear. You just can't seem to get it all together. And eventually, well, it is what it is. We see what happens. So that's this person. So the president down in the North Shore chapter issued this press release. The Mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation North Shore chapter has now completed the somber task of laying our members to rest. Having accomplished the responsibility, our focus has shifted. We are now seeking justice for our brothers and sisters. We demand to know why this inebriated driver was traveling the wrong direction on a collision course with our members, and we will be engaged in the judicial process every step of the way. We demand that Ivan Santos is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We are also solidly focused on healing our surviving members who were injured, one suffering second-degree burns over 30% of his body. We ask for prayers and positive thoughts during the period of physical, emotional, and mental recovery. We would also like to share the following GoFundMe information for any who would like to financially assist in their recovery. It is called Black Sabbath MC North Shore Chapter Fundraiser on GoFundMe.com. There was a celebration of life ceremony on Saturday, May 28th, 2022, for Cuban, Irish, and Fall Risk. These were the three people that succumbed. It was held at the Abundant Life Tabernacle in New Orleans. We cannot say thank you enough to all of the motorcycle clubs, well-wishers, and community that showed up to support us. The Black Sabbath MC began in San Diego, California in 1972 with 7 black men who rode on Sundays, then fellowshipped in their garages afterward. By 1974, the wives revolted and banned the brothers from using their garages. Undaunted, they obtained a clubhouse at 4280 Market Street, then took the name Black Sabbath MC to celebrate the 7 black men who rode on Sunday. By 1975, the MC was integrated and is now one of the oldest standing motorcycle clubs in San Diego. Gradually, the MC developed a few chapters across the country, but in 1999, it underwent rapid expansion, spreading chapters across the United States from coast to coast, becoming one of the largest mixed race MCs in the nation. The North Shore, Louisiana chapter was launched in 2021 and recently celebrated their first year in the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. The Black Sabbath MC Nation is known for community service and for being elite, professional motorcycle riding enthusiasts. Whether building houses with Habitat for Humanity, feeding the homeless, housing, hosting trunk or treat, filling school backpacks, or riding motorcycles long distances across the United States in freezing winter temperatures, the Black Sabbath MC leads the way. We are a breed apart, bikers, with a penchant for helping others, said the president. The survivors of our Louisiana chapter have chosen to one day mount their iron steeds and again ride proudly in our nation, representing the North Shore chapter as they did once before. And they were on their iron at the funeral. They will continue the dream of their deceased original 7 founding member, President Cuban, to spread our lifestyle among the bikers and great citizens of Louisiana, as it is our custom to move forward even through the worst of challenges. Our new officers are as follows. President now is Joka, who was then vice president. The vice president now is Black, who was then the sergeant at arms and who was riding next to his president. Barely escaped the accident with his life, but he rode next to his president side by side until his president's last seconds on earth. And the new sergeant at arms is Sven, 7 rather, S7VEN, 7. President Joka said, I would also like to thank you for all of your prayers, well wishes, sympathies, and concern during the horrific tragedy. I would like to thank all bikers and motorcycle clubs for your respect and dignified conduct at our celebration of life. Black Sabbath, a breed apart since 1974 and still strong. President Joka. Man, I can't believe I got through that. Sorry for my listening audience and had to hear me gargling. So that's what's going on with that. And it is, boy, I tell you what, it ain't nothing that you can get used to. And man, I just tell you what, it is. It is. I found I can't even. The first person to pass away in the Black Sabbath happened in front of the clubhouse. His name was Ferguson. He jumped on his motorcycle, had been drinking, and made several passes in front of the clubhouse at 100 miles an hour. Now, that the old clubhouse was a crazy place, man. There was a hump in the middle of the street, and it was a cement hump that divided the street in one place, down right before you got down to the highway. And that was the place where countless hundreds of bikers have torn their butts up in front of the Black Sabbath Club, leaving at 3:00 in the morning. You don't really know it's there. If you're drunk, you don't remember. You come out of that thing, and back in the old days, we used to ride crotch rockets. We didn't really call them crotch rockets because they were really before the crotch rocket period. These were stretched KZ-1000s. You can't call a KZ-1000 a crotch rocket. You can call it a rice burner, but you can't call it a crotch rocket. It was not a cafe style racer. Those heavy things would be nothing in the corners. But man, they would come out, and those things were hell in a straight line. We had those GS 1100 ES. You remember the GS 1100 before the Gixxer came out? The GS 1000 and those big Suzukis, the VMAX. You come out, back tire just spinning, and they would hit that damn center divider, and you would tear your booty up. We used to sit back and laugh at those cats as they realized, oh my God, the divider. Anyway, Ferguson rode out past the clubhouse. He got past the divider like, oh my God, he knew it was there. And we had so many crazy accidents. Like somebody, I remember the two guys were racing, and one guy's kickstand came down, and he kept trying to lean, and the bike wouldn't lean over, and he just basically racing the guy next to him. He couldn't get the bike leaned over, and just ran straight into the bike would lean right, it wouldn't lean left, and he kept trying to lean it, and you could watch him keep trying to lean it, and that kickstand was digging into the cement and wouldn't pop back up. He rode straight into the sidewalk, straight into the curve, end over end, tore his ass a new one. Skin all up. Got off that bike, swore to God he'd never touch it again. Then somebody else in San Diego bought that bike. We called it the ghost bike, the killer bike, widow bike. Then you see somebody else on it, like, a month and a half later, took that whole thing, that whole project, and rebuilt it. But anyway, Ferguson came back on one pass and implanted himself in the back of it was a Cadillac, I think, or a station wagon or whatever. Planted himself in the back of that and died right there in front of the clubhouse. We've been dealing with people dying on these motorcycles. Never forget Blue Night. Blue Knight bought that. He's another club brother. I only knew him like a short period of time. I was just coming in. I don't know if I might have just been a prospect, or I might have still been a hang around. I didn't know him for long. He was such a wonderful person to me. Treated me so great. He bought that brand new ZX10, which was the fastest motorcycle on the planet at that time, a Kawasaki Ninja. And I'll be damned if been drinking, and we used to at that time the Highway Kings had a motorcycle club. Eventually they became the Brothers of the Sun. With Sonny was the what was his name? Johnny was the leader. I can't remember Johnny's last name. He was a leader in the motorcycle community. One hell of a guy. Really liked him a lot. He's gone now. God rest his soul. He started the Highway Kings, which was a motorcycle clubhouse right down the street from ours. The cool thing about it was, he built the Highway Kings like a castle, and it was some big, huge warehouse that he had rented, and they had the bricks all drawn on the walls, and this thing was like a castle. The Highway Kings. It was so cool, and Blue Knight had been down at the clubhouse drinking, and we took his keys. They took his keys and put them behind the bar, and some kind of way he went home and got a new set of keys or something, and he rides down with the boys to the Highway Kings, and he bought this brand new race bike that was so damn fast. They came back racing on the way back home. That's all the Black Sabbath did in the old days, was race, race, race. Really very much like the movie Biker Boys. Very much like that. It was a race culture. A few guys had Harleys, but all of them had race bikes. 2 or 3 bikes was not uncommon. And as Blue Knight, and I'd only known Blue Knight like 3 or 4. I had only met him like 3 or 4 times, and this was, I think, the first time that he ever spoke to me was that night. And he was very kind, and prospect, you're gonna do all right in the club, blah blah blah. That was the only time I really ever got to speak to him, but I liked him. I really did like him, and it's hard to believe that within 15 or 20 minutes of speaking to somebody that they're no longer, that I just spoke to him. So coming running with the boys coming back, there was a back before they straightened out Market Street, there was kind of like an S in it, which eventually got straightened out. I don't believe that S is there anymore. And he come running down the street with the guys, and everybody's, doing the normal 100 miles an hour. But you got to slow down for the S. You ain't taking that S at no 100. And he comes rolling out of there. And for some reason, of course, drunk and everything, he's getting beat. Maybe he didn't get off the line quick, or maybe he was one of the last ones out of the parking lot. The parking lot was in the alley. You'd have to ride up this long alley, go into the back, and there was a huge courtyard back there. And then you go in the back and into the warehouse, and now you're in the clubhouse. This is the coolest stuff you ever saw. They don't have clubhouses like this anymore. Anyway, come rolling out of that alley, and maybe he didn't get out of the alley good, so he's rolling behind. He's got the fastest bike. He doesn't want to get beaten, and he just tears ass down the center of all the bikes sideways racing. He just comes straight down the center. Almost took a guy's foot off. He's just hitting bikes as he's coming down the center, knocking guys off the bikes. It was crazy. Got down to that S, and he didn't make it. Didn't make the curve. Didn't get slowed down, and his head slammed into the into the curve, into the curb, and that was it. And we took a whole side of the clubhouse, and painted it blue, and called it the Blue Room for Blue Night. And and it was like that for probably 2 years. And that clubhouse, that side of the clubhouse, was given to me in 1997. And it was the first place I ever had an office. Bunch Publishing was born there. My motorcycle club gave me my first office. Now, we go a long ways back in the Brotherhood, and we've buried a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. Just a hell of a lot of people. Riverside chapter lost a brother a few years back. And sent him back home to Florida for us to bury him. So we've lost a lot, and this hurts no less. But every one of those people was a brother or a sister to us, and we miss them all. We ain't never had nobody run over that I can remember by a drunk driver on the wrong side of the highway in an accident so horrific that the people that tended that accident have to go for counseling. We ain't never had that. Now, this is a new one. So we want justice. You can believe that. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. All right. I don't think anybody would change a thing. All of them that we lost lived larger than life on those two wheels. All of them did. The motorcycle club thing is a larger than life thing. A lot of people will never understand how and why we do this. It is crazy that you get out there on the highway and be riding out there, and all you got is the wind to protect you. So you fall on them things and you fixing to get ate up, bro. You fixing to have your skin all ate up off you. I just regional president, East Coast regional president, old school. I met this guy 20 years ago on the bike set, hanging around. We were friends for 10 years before I asked him to join the Black Sabbath. He fell off his bike not long ago. He was skint. He was skint up. Held up his poor elbows. Blood everywhere. No skin. Poor fellow. And it's not funny, but it was funny. And you look all like a skin up red tomato. What the hell? You didn't have no coat on? And he's right back out there again. Still in short sleeves. Oh my goodness, these brothers and sisters of mine. Woo! Funny guys, man. I laugh, and man, I wore my jacket all the way down to Louisiana. I was all bundled up and everything with my jacket with the mesh holes in it with the wind blowing. It got to be 100 degrees out there, bro. I was out of that jacket so fast. I know. All the gear, all the time. I know. I wish I could get that across to myself, let alone. But anyway, we're going to move forward, and we're never going to forget our friends, and we're going to continue to love their memories. Good afternoon over there to Ireland. I love Ireland so much. Thank you, Gadget Ireland. Good afternoon to you. Your city of Cork, I spent a lot of time in, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful country. think I drove the ring of Killarney or something like that. A lot of fun. I have been working on my audiobook. You know, you guys told me you wanted for me to do an audiobook, so I've been working on the audiobook, and I just want to let you know that audiobooks really suck, especially if you're going to try to do it yourself. So this right here is the spectrum analyzer of my voice. I like, who the hell needs to know this in order to make a damn audiobook? It's ridiculous. This is the waveform of my voice. And then, yeah, I just want you guys to know I was up till 5 o'clock this morning on this silliness. The only way you get to learn this stuff and know this stuff, of course, is if you go look at somebody's YouTube video who didn't have any damn thing better to do than to make that YouTube video for you. Because you just, you know, you just ain't no born audio engineer. I mean, stop it. I guess some people are, the Black Dragon ain't. And you got to be able to, for my viewing audience, this is the spectrum analyzer. And then this right here, this black is where you have, this is just room tone here. And you're looking for pops and clicks. Like, there's so many things you folks don't know when you get an audiobook. Like, for instance, the only time I can do an audiobook, because my place is here near a highway, so I can only do an audiobook from 12 a.m. till 5 a.m. because there's too much noise out on the street. If I was to try to do one right now, you would hear people driving by. And I hate that when I was a teen that I used to do this, because now I hate those people now. When you hear those people driving by, boom, 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 boom. Like, you hear that all the way here in my office. I've got sound treatment up that you guys can't see. There's sound treatment. I've soundproofed the room. BS. This low grumble. I can hear it in my microphone right now. You guys might not be able to hear it. I can hear trucks pass. I can hear elevator, helicopters. I hear a truck right now. Or can you hear that low? You hear that? That's out on the highway, half an acre from here. I can hear motorcycles zoom by. I can hear sirens. I can hear my dog breathing. None of this stuff do you want to hear in my audiobook. So you got to look at this stupid spectrum analyzer to figure out, okay, there's an unnecessarily click here. Here's a mouse pop here. Here's a click here. And then you can look at the kilohertz. And this is the stuff you got to do to be able to, and it's crazy. It's crazy. And this is, you can't just get a tape recorder and make an audiobook. Now, what you could do is hire an engineer at God only knows how much an hour, and then go sit in his booth and pay him, and he'll do all this. But I've got like 7 audiobooks I got to do. And I don't want to. So you guys tell me what you think of my voice here. Let's try this. Tell me what you think. You are called prospect or probie will be determined by the area of the country in which your MC is located, or the history of that MC. For instance, many East Coast MCs call their initiating. Is that, I mean, what do you think? You think that this will be an okay audiobook? Here, let's go here. And then what it took me to learn how to use this damn program in the first place. This is the free one called Audacity. If you're ever going to do this, there's a free program called Audacity. And so here we go. The squad. Many claim that they make the patch and that the patch does not make them. But if that were so true, why wear a patch at all? It is okay to need the pack. That is why folks have created organizations throughout the centuries to which you may belong. There is no need to be ashamed of this need or to fear it. Wanting to belong to a brotherhood bonded by the love of riding the still is okay. If you desire the brotherhood and extended family, you should go for it. You only do yourself a disservice if you don't research, study, and discover an MC worthy of being your extended family. When you do, you should exhaust yourself proving that you are worthy of being a brother of that MC. What do you think, man? Huh? So here's some things that you don't know about yourself when you start to do an audiobook. Like, you don't know that you say my S is in with an SH. So when I say S, it kind of is like sh. And you hear yourself doing that. Goose said, I was taught on reel-to-reel tape recorders, learn how to cut and splice. Everything I was taught is so outdated. Yeah, if you were actually cutting the tape and splicing it, I forgot that's that's how I used to do things. But like, I found that I have what they call plosives. So you have to speak through this thing here. This thing gets rid of your plosives, like when you say p too hard. You know, this is supposed it's supposed, not supposed to. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think about this stuff. You're supposed to it's supposed, brother. You are supposed. It's no z and s. There's no z and s. Supposed z. There's no supposed to do the things correctly that you have. Then you have to put some inflection in it. If you want to be part of the Motorcycle Club Nation, it is important. It is just, and when you start thinking about that, it takes 2 hours to record 30 minutes of stuff. Then it's got to be a certain floor. It's got to be a certain length. And then Audacity or ACX, the program people won't take it unless it passes the ACX check. Well, in order to get the ACX macro down, you've got to go find it and load it in and make it work. You don't know that it even exists that you need to do that. So here is the macro tools that you have to use. But first, you got to go build your macro. And there's all this stuff in it, like compressor. You have to use a compressor, and you have to have an attack time and a noise floor and the normalized ratio and release time of how long it takes to release, and the thresholds and the peak and the valley. And then you have to have how the gain is applied and the peak levels. All of this in order to get a bookend that they will accept. And after you've done all of that to this waveform and you've checked it out, then you can go here to analyze and do a check to see if it's going to pass. And for me, look at that. Look at that. Pass, pass, pass! Ha! You know how long it took? Do you know how many hours it took me to get a pass? I had to learn stuff like, for instance, how to use this thing. I didn't even know this thing was in here. So here's a whole bunch of stuff that's in here, plugins and stuff. But anyway, you got to come over here to the graphic equalizer and figure out how to use that. Everything here that you see that I've used, noise reduction, normalize, pause, stretch, phaser, repair, repeat, reverb, reverse, sliding stretch, truncate, silence, wah, ha, wah. Every one of these represents spectrum analyzer, studio fade out. Every one of these represents a dumb YouTube video that some nerd made. a nerd that you're thankful for, a nerd that you would kiss their ring finger if you could find them. You're like, thank you for making a video named How to Use the Noise Reduction Effect in Audacity 3.3.1. Because 2.3 that somebody made in 2011 does not work in 3.3.1. They like somebody actually made these videos. And you're like, holy moly, thank you for making that video. You got to be thank you. God bless you. Lissa says Black Dragon's making reel to reel sound easier. Yeah, if reel to reel what had to be way harder than this. So anyway, just to let you guys know, it took me about, oh my goodness, what is this? I have about looks like 35 minutes and 41 seconds or so. 35 minutes, almost 42 seconds. 41 and a half seconds. It took a whole day, Sunday night, on Sunday, and then it took me like 2.5 hours yesterday in order to be able to, and I did that from 3 a.m. to 5 this morning, because like I said, I got to do it in the middle of the night. It took all that amount of time to be able to make this for you guys. So this is what, and look at that. Oh my goodness. See this here? This is noise. I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe you can't, but this is unwanted noise right there. If I was to play that, you guys didn't even hear that, did you? I hear it. That's noise. And I got to take that noise out. That's got to go. Like you can become, all right, listen. Right there. Did you guys hear that? Okay, I know. What you're thinking is, yeah, he's getting real anal on this. That's what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm getting real anal on it, but no, bro. You can. Do you see this? Do you see this noise right here? You become a noise hunter. Like there's this little piece of noise right there. That look. See that noise? We can't have that. If I bring this over here, give me this. Where's this at? You can hear the noise right there. Here we are. Let me see if we can hear it. You hear that? Huh. Well, if you can't hear it, you can see it right there. What kinds of MCs can I join? Yeah. There are many kinds of motorcycle riding. When you get this thing, like the other day I was listening to it, I heard a train in the back. I heard the train. I was so mad. Like, how dare a train be going anywhere at 3 o'clock in the morning? You got to be SHITTINGing me. So I listened. I heard. I was listening back, and I heard. You know how your phone goes. Last night, my dog started breathing. Like, what the hell are you breathing for? Don't do that. Then he wanted to chew on himself and lick on himself, and then get up and walk back and forth, and his chain is going. And you're screaming, "Don't make any noise!" Like right now, I can hear cars passing by. I could not make a video today. It's got to be in the middle of the night. I mean, I couldn't make an audio, not a book, not an audio book. When you guys get it, it's going to be so much work in just mastering sound, plosives. You have to think about how you speak. You can't be slurring your words and stuff like that. They have people that actually do this for a living. You can hire somebody to do your book. But no one can do your book as well as you if you can get the pieces together. But you can't be slurring, and you can't say S with an SH, and you can't slur words together. And the way that this whole thing works is it's crazy. But I want you guys to know, you asked me for an audio book, and you're going to get it. Listen to the Beatles with headphones, somebody says. What? Listen to the Beatles with headphones. The original mono recordings will blow your mind how much effort they put into the mix. The new records are getting a bit expensive, $50 for a new Beatles LP. Are they still selling Beatles LPs? A.O. Stanley wrote the best info on audio sound if you can find it. I need to look that guy up. This is really good stuff, man. Try it on a tube monophonic stereo. Goose. Oh, so we got some real sound people in here. Never had the pleasure to listen to reel or vinyl. Only listen to 8 tracks once. Oh, you young guys, poor guys. I say through a Bible audiobook once. I saw through a Bible audiobook once. The guy was swallowing his spit every other sentence. I pushed. Okay, so let's talk about that. So I did a whole video on breathing technique. And what sucks is when you're doing an audiobook, you have to breathe. You can't do that. Everybody will hear every time you do that. So he said, don't do that, because if you do, it's a terrible thing. And so therefore, and people, they start counting that, and they can't listen to your book because you're effing breathing, which is something we normally do. So you have to learn how to take in your breaths almost silently. You only use a breath when you want to, like you might want to exclaim something, then you'd go on purpose. But for the most part, so this breathing technique, they're teaching you how to breathe without making noise. They teach you, like, one of the breathing techniques is to take breaths in while you're speaking to get a full chest of breath, because you got a long sentence coming in. So you're breathing in slowly, but you still got to talk, but you still breathe. It's crazy. But I want to, if we notice, if I'm breathing, how's my breathing sounding? What kinds of MCs can I join? See, normally there'd be a breath there. Motorcycle riding organizations. Normally to which there would be a breath there, but you didn't hear no breath. Why? Because I've been practicing my breathing so that you don't have to cut all this stuff out. You actually, because listen, the more you can do without having to mix and remix. So these black spots here, of course, these are silent spots, and then you can see where there's no silence. And back there, you can go cut that out. But anyway, let's listen to the breath. How am I doing? Let me see. Chapter 1, Motorcycle Clubs. What kinds of MCs can I join? There are many kinds of motorcycle riding organizations to which you can belong. Some you pay your initial, man, just little bitty breaths. Got to go take that out. But, so there you go, folks. There you go. Black Dragon is getting like Freddie Mercury in his recording process. Who is Freddie Mercury? I got to look him up. My 92 Electric Glide still has the original tape deck. Wow. So anyway, there you have it, folks. That's what we're doing. Goose, we did overdubs just like Les Paul and Buddy Holly did. One mistake scraped the whole recording. Yeah, man. Well, luckily in the digital age, we don't have to do that. I can actually cut and drop stuff in, and I can cut and replace and blah, blah, blah. But so that's waveform and spectrogram view of the recording. See, in the waveform, you just see the wave, but when you see the spectrogram view, you can actually see the form of the sound, and you can see all kinds of really cool things in the form. It's really kind of cool, but it's more than what I want to do. What I want to do is just get a tape recorder and tape record the damn thing. And if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. But Amazon ACX will not let you do that to their recordings. And it ain't happening. So anyway, thought I would go off on a tangent there to lighten up my spirit and let you guys know that the audiobook you requested should be out. If I do this for the next 5 or 10 days, I would actually be done with the book in about 5 or 10 days. So took me 2.5. Oh, and then the other thing is you can't change pages. I mean, if you turn pages, so I actually had to get this $1,300 iPad to but here's the book here. So this is how I change pages like that, and you don't hear that. Everything to be as quiet as possible. So anyway, I don't know how many chapters I have, but it takes about 2.5 hours to do a chapter plus about another hour to clean the chapter up. So it looks like we got, oh my God, a lot of chapters. 9,800 words is an hour's worth of reading, and this book is 4,800 words. So the book will be, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours long, something like that. So there you go. For those of you who say, I can't read whatever I can't read it. I'm not reading anything you write, man. If you put it on audio, I'll do it. Bro, it takes a lot to put it on audio, but we did it. We're doing it. You're going to have it on audio. We had to buy these dumbass microphones. We had to buy all of this stupid equipment, and these programs. You know what? That was the free program. We have the paid for program, Adobe Edition 2022. You guys do know that we bought the paid for program. So Learning Edition is a whole new bailiwick that we're not even ready for it. This damn thing won't even pop up on the screen. It's so big. So Adobe Audition, so here's what I showed you guys was the free version of Audacity. This is Adobe Audition. This is the one you pay for, and it is, bro, there's like nothing on this thing that is intuitive. This is another 400 YouTube videos. What the hell is this? How do you use it? Hello? This is the sexy paid for version that you have. And I don't even know where to begin with this thing. It's another 10 YouTube videos, bro, and you'll be there. Aren't you glad? YouTube is the bastion of learning and knowledge. So this is the free version. It doesn't look as sexy as the paid for version. The paid for version looks completely sexy. The free version doesn't look as sexy. I want to use this version just because it looks sexy, but the free version is working all day long. So I don't know if we'll ever get to this one, but hey, it's there. You can see that it is there. All right. So no biker news there, huh? We didn't spend any time on the biker news, did we? Not really. Oh, let's see. I got you guys on the wrong screen. Let's go ahead and kill that. There we go. A lot of toys. Come a long way. You guys remember that? When I was just walking around with a phone. So anyway, that's what's going on in my world right now. We found the guy, and he turned himself in, and the Arkansas State Police are not happy with him. They're pretty serious about what he's done, and we will be watching the whole way. That's my 2 cents. Want to let you guys know, as always, if you have any questions, I stayed up with the comments today, so I don't think anyone has any questions. Somebody says I still use the first generation of GarageBand. That's a pretty cool piece of software. I want you guys to get my books, the Sergeant at Arms Bible. Can't believe I actually got my book dirty. Sergeant at Arms Bible. How to be a sergeant at arms in your motorcycle club. This works for enforcers as well. The Prospects Bible. These are the hardcovers, the hardbacks, but they also come in paperback. Prospects Bible. How to prospect for a motorcycle club. We have the Public Relations Officers Bible, and we also have the President's Bible. Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. Man, I had somebody order all of these books from me yesterday. I want to thank you for that order. I have it. Someone ordered six copies of the PRO's Bible, the Sergeant at Arms Bible, and the President's Bible. And I just can't thank you enough for your support. I saw that order yesterday, and it'll be going out today. So thank you so much for that. You guys get your books, man. We appreciate you. Follow us on Black Dragon Biker TV on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I can throw that up right there. Black Dragon Biker TV, IG, TikTok, Facebook. And we watch out for Bone's new production, which is the Big Bone Yard. Go check out Brother Bone from the Mighty Outcast Motorcycle Club Nation. And you can order my book, Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officers Bible, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, all available on Amazon and Kindle or at blackdragonsgear.com, where you can get your autographed versions. Our daily podcast is The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos, LAIR for Lair, where the dragon lives. Check out our daily podcast anywhere you get podcasts. Don't forget to please join us on the Discord link in the description box below. You will love our Discord community. It's really cool with some pretty cool folks over there that are there every day. For those of you who still want to donate to the Black Sabbath MC North Shore chapter fundraiser for our brothers and sisters that were injured, and are still recovering, please do so. The Black Sabbath MC North Shore chapter fundraiser. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com is my email address, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Yeah. Okay, here. Let's check this out real quick. I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. Some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around him. He's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah. So I'm gonna do me some. You guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company. I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it. And it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders. So if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, You can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money, that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us. And of course, you guys know I love these rings. My sister accused me of having demonic rings. How you gonna accuse me? She told me she was terrified of my rings, and she said each ring was more demonic than the one that I would previously put on. Each one was more terrifying than the previous one. And I don't understand how she could say that about my rings. My rings are cool. You know, you got to have some cool rings if you're these are my rings, man. So if you like rings, like I like rings, biker rings, you can go here to Gothic Rings, gthic.com. Just like with the soap company, if you use your discount code of Black Dragon, you get you a very cool discount, 20% in this case. I like the Medusa ring, man. They got some very cool rings here. They got Masonic rings, So use these folks. They got pewter and all kinds of stuff, silver, actual silver in these rings, and they've got stainless steel rings. Man, their rings are the bomb. I like them. I wear them. So get you some. Get you some, man. Get you some.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.